Hello there. This is a review of the new Bacon Ranch McCrispy sandwich at McDonald's. And I got the deluxe version. And it has bacon ranch sauce and tomato and lettuce. And I have to say, this is my favorite ever version of the McDonald's McCrispy sandwich. I recommend it. Now, when thinking about McDonald's, I began thinking a little bit about politics. Now, I'm not one to go on a lot of political rants, but I was thinking about why people elect into office who they do, and it often has more to do with image than it does substance. So I began thinking about this guy. Now, you probably recognize him as the long-standing mayor of McDonaldland, Mayor McCheese. Now, do you think it's just a coincidence that he's the only one who has ever won the mayoral election in 50 plus years in McDonaldland, and he himself is a hamburger? I mean, it makes you wonder. Now, the people can vote whoever they want to. It's a democracy. I mean, it's not like, at least it's not like the Burger King, where it's a monarchy and they're just born into office. The people have no choice. At least here they have a choice and they can vote in whoever they want. But then you think about economically speaking. Now, the prices at McDonald's have been going up. And when prices go up, who usually pays the price? The politicians. But yet, McCheese always is untouched. And once again, okay, people can make their own decision. But then I did a little digging and I came across this photo. So somebody took a candid shot of the mayor chumming it up with notorious criminal the Hamburglar. And does the Hamburglar seem intimidated by staring into the face of an authority figure when he himself represents the exact opposite? I mean, he steals hamburgers, for goodness sake. Well, no. He seems quite chummy. He's got a big smile on his face. They seem like they're getting along a little too well. Is this type of thing like last century Al Capone with the Chicago mayors? Is there some kind of grifting going on here? Well, then I came across this photo as some kind of publicity photo for McDonaldland. And once again, you see Mayor McCheese chumming it up with the Hamburglar. But not only that, who do you see above the Hamburglar? Now, not as famous, but this is Captain Crook, and he steals Filet-O-Fishes. And even more subtle, now who do you see to the left of McCheese? Well, you see the lovable Grimace, right? Well, not so lovable when you look into his history. And you'll see that originally he was called the Evil Grimace, and he steals milkshakes. So here in this photo, you see the three most notorious criminals in McDonaldland surrounding the mayor, as if the mayor is saying, I've got the whole underworld on my side. Nobody can mess with me. So how did this arrangement happen? So you have to imagine that there's a little bit of payoff going on here. Like how many of these burgers, fishes, and milkshakes is the mayor receiving as like a special gifts? I'm not even going to get into the ramifications of Mayor McCheese eating hamburgers himself, but it just makes you wonder how this guy is staying in power, that it may have more to do than just the goodwill of the people liking their beloved mayor, that there might be something a little more sinister going on here. Maybe threats, maybe intimidation. You don't know. Is there any sort of checks and balances in McDonaldland? Is there a Congress? Is there a police force? Well, I did a little more digging and I did find one police officer in the city. And here he is on the right, sitting next to the mayor. So his name is Officer Big Mac. The only officer in the town, so he must be the police chief. Now, if you look closely, what do you notice about this police officer? Did you catch it? Well, here it is. He's also a hamburger. In other words, he must be a relative of the mayor, because how many other hamburger-headed people have you ever seen? So the mayor has placed into the office of the one person who could hold him accountable a member of his own family. So it makes you wonder how deep this goes. Now, I'm not saying that the election officials in McDonald land are also members of the McCheese clan, but I'm not saying that either. So I haven't put all the pieces together yet, but I think we all know who the real kingpin is, who's really pulling the strings, who's benefiting the most from this whole suspicious regime. So, in conclusion, the new Bacon Ranch McCrispy sandwich at McDonald's is really quite good. Please be well, everyone.